I'm Seisha Meredith. I'm the Senior College Career Counselor here at Hillwood. And today I have two wonderful seniors with me, Nabil and Daniel. Nabil and Daniel are two of our 6 recipients of the Bell Tower Scholarship. It is a full ride scholarship to Belmont, so we're very proud of them. This is a scholarship that 50 students across the whole district were awarded. So we want to ask them kind of what that process was like, and they can share with the Hillwood community what a big honor this is. So I want to ask you both, what made you interested in applying to the Bell Tower Scholarship in the first place? Daniel?
So for me, the reason why I applied to Belmont was so that I could enter their architecture program.
Mhm.
And I thought the Bell Tower Scholarship would be a good fit for that, especially considering that their architecture program is apparently established, which I didn't know previously when I asked them. So I wanted to use that in order for me to get an architecture degree for essentially free. And yeah.
Yeah, we have a great program for that.
Well, I applied because I want to be a biochemist. I want to work in labs, and I want to help the fight in cancer. So, yeah, I thought, maybe getting out of college with no debt was good. It's a good addition to that. So, yeah, that's probably one of the main reason why. Yeah.
And yeah, that kind of leads into my next question. So the Bell Tower is a full ride scholarship, but there's a little more to than just the scholarship. It's a program. Can you maybe, Nabil, tell me a little bit about what all the program entails at Belmont?
Yeah, sure. So from the start right now, kind of the process getting into the whole program, we have our what is called signing day. So it's until March 3rd to sign, and then after that you have a couple of meetings requirements you have to do until the summer. Then once you get to the summer, you have to take your summer classes. It's personalized to you in like your kind of weaknesses. So like say for example math, if you're weak in math, they'd help you out in that area, put you in classes that help fix those areas of weakness. And then after that, you just go straight into the fall semester.
Yeah, so you spend the summer kind of getting to know each other, all the 50 students that were selected, and Belmont's there to kind of support you through the whole process.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can you guys walk us through what that process was like applying? Because it was more than just submitting an application. You had to do some extra steps. So what were some of those things you had to do, Daniel?
So first off, you have to get nominated, and in order to get nominated, you have to get through regular admission. And so you have to be admitted to Belmont. And then after that, you have to do an interview, which is like 15 minutes long. And there's a whole committee watching you, basically asking you questions about stuff. Then after that, you get nominated or not. And then you enter candidate day, where basically you and other nominees get to interact with each other. And the whole like scholarship committee just just observes how you interact with other people. And then in around like mid-February, you get a decision on whether or not you are a candidate.
Yeah, this is a long process. Application, interview, candidate day, and you all impressed them enough to be the final 6 from Hillwood. So you all found out last week or a couple weeks ago that you were selected. Can you tell us how you found out and what was going through your head when you found out?
Well, Dr. Schaefer decided to play a little prank on us. I was actually taking my quiz in my math class and my pre-calc class in Ms. Carter's. And we, Dr. Schaefer comes in and is like, we have a situation, yada, yada. Ms. Carter was like, oh no. And then we were all like, okay. And then he was like, you guys have to file like a little, situation report of what happened. And then like, I kind of see the door creak open a little bit, and then I saw you, and I saw red and white balloon. I was like, oh my God, it's Miss Carter's birthday. And then here comes in this huge check, and I'm like, whoa. And then it had my name on it, and I was like, oh my God. And then you're like, you've won a scholarship. I was like, that's so cool. Then we called my parents, and then he did the same thing to them. He was actually like, your son's in a situation, yada, yada, yada. My mom cried at work. when she got it was the whole thing. But yeah, super excited. It was really happy. Lots of photos. Yeah, it was real fun.
Yeah, it's a special moment.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you, Daniel?
All right. Well, it was the same thing basically. Dr. Schaefer walked in and was like, "All right, you're in trouble." And I'm like, "What did I do?" And I was just like, "Oh." And then everyone else walked in with their big check and everything, and I was just like, "What is going on?" But then it suddenly clicked in my head. It's like, "Oh my God, I did it!" Right?
Yeah. You did it.
And then immediately after, I called my dad. I was like, "Dad, I did it!" And he was like, "Yes!" And I was just like, "Yeah, I did." So that was how it was for me.
So you both instantly wanted to call your parents, huh?
Yeah.
So
It was
have your parents have an impact on your college process and your goals of reaching higher ed?
Well, for me, I've always wanted to stay close to home personally. My mom has no issue with it. She actually kind of was like, get outside, get out of the state. But my dad was like, no, stay close. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I'm fine with staying, whatever. But yeah, so Belmont was probably my first choice. I had some other colleges I wanted to go to, universities, but I was like, you know what? Because Belmont has a soccer program. Let me shoot my shot at it, see what happens. But yeah, that mainly Belmont was the first choice I had.
What about you? How have your parents impacted your education goals?
Well, my dad really wanted me to go, so he was really happy when he heard the news about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he even like cooked me some special dinner at night, so that was nice.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure they're grateful. You're going to be saving them some money in college tuition. So what are you guys most looking forward to being a Belmont student?
You want to go first with me? Okay. All right. Well, I know my answer, and I actually said this in my interview. They asked like, what's my favorite thing about Belmont? I was like, definitely the cafeteria. So yeah, the cafeteria. It's so good. The food, chef's kiss. No, but yeah. I mean, probably just. The vibe on campus was really nice. It was super beautiful, super clean. It was like kind of everything was like. The color was like super vibrant there. It was kind of weird. It was like everything was vibrant. But yeah, I really enjoyed the campus. Really nice. Yeah, the students look happy. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens next year. Yeah. So yeah.
Great.
So as for me, I got to see like the inside of the architecture studios, and they look really pristine and nice like the rest of the campus. So that was kind of my main pull toward it.
Yeah, wonderful. So our hope is that we continue to have Hillwood students get this Bell Tower Scholarship. And so underclassmen that may be hearing this could be you one day. So what advice do you all have for students that may want to apply for the Bell Tower Scholarship in next year or a couple years later?
How underclass are we talking here? Freshmen or
freshmen, sophomores, and juniors?
Okay. Well, freshmen, I say start early. Don't think just because like, oh, it's cool to like skip class. It'll like mess your GPA up senior year, and you will regret it heavily. Same thing sophomore and junior year. Junior year is going to be very hard. So if you have like any extracurriculars, don't be worried if you're not going to be able to put too much time towards it. Like I had that with soccer. It's kind of stressful because I couldn't really practice too much. But yeah, just make sure you maintain good grades. I'd say get into more clubs, it'd be difficult around junior year, but the clubs at school like DECA, HOSA, shout out the Health Science Academy. Yeah, I'd say join those clubs. It looks good on your transcript. And then just try to get yourself engaged in school, so that we can get good rec letters. That's very important too. From teachers, make sure to make those connections. Maybe eat lunch in their room once in a while. Be like, get some good grades and maybe give them some snacks, and then you'll get some good rec letters. But yeah,
Great advice.
Yeah, just make sure you do the right things in school, and then you'll be fine. Yeah.
Got any more advice, Daniel?
Yeah, like in terms of general advice, I think it's important to just like explore what you're interested in, because that's what happened for me. So like the reason why like I even chose architecture in the first place was because of this club called Ace Mentors, which Mr. Marshall hosts. And there I got to meet like other like architects and engineers that work in their field and basically explore what they do. And so I changed like what I wanted to do from engineering to architecture because I found out what architects like to do, like designing buildings and stuff. And that's what I want to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great advice. And as a senior college career counselor, all the time I have seniors come to me and they're like, oh, my GPA is so low. What can I do? Nabil just told you now, you need to be working on those grades now as a freshman, sophomore, and junior so you're not feeling behind when you're a senior. Well, it has been an honor working with you all on your senior year, and we are all so excited to see what you accomplish after Hillwood. Thank you all for your time.